Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a topic on, was Exoswords a good event? So this week was the final chapters of Exoswords, the 22-part X-Men event, and overall, I did like Exoswords. Now the question is, did it have to be 22 parts? No, I really think that did dilute the book a bit, but at the same time it was nice that parts came out very frequently, so it wasn't like, here's part 1, next week you gotta wait for part 2. We got about 4 books a week, so it went very quickly, so it didn't really feel like a 22-part book. Now, in our pockets, it definitely felt like a 22-part book, but in the pacing of it all, in the weekly buying of it all, it really didn't feel that long. Now, there were times I definitely felt like things had slowed down, and maybe I wanted a bit more sword fights in this one, but I liked how epic it was. I liked that it really brought all these titles together and made Krakoa and the X-Men feel very connected. It felt like an event, which is sometimes what you miss with these events, like, because you kind of get diluted. There's so many of them. It's like, oh, what makes them, I'm just shouting out a title, but what makes Empire different from More of the Realms? Now, obviously, there are differences for that with those two, but just naming it out, I feel like sometimes it does feel like, okay, we've seen this event before. So it was nice that this kind of felt different, and it felt very connected, because it wasn't, okay, let's get the Avengers involved, let's get the Fantastic Four involved. It was just the X-Men, and I like that aspect. Now, I will say, I feel like it kind of ended on a simmer. There wasn't any huge moments where I'm like, this was the best event ever, because this changed the X-Men forever. It didn't quite do that, but I just enjoyed the ride. I enjoyed the ride overall, and I do recommend the series. I do recommend the event to read it all. I honestly would have recommended it to read it on a weekly basis, though. I think that was kind of the fun of it, was not to read it in trade. I feel like maybe that would feel like a lot, but just having 3 or 4 issues of finding books that you might have not read. Like, I don't read Hellions, but it allowed me to read Hellions. It allowed me to read Excalibur, these books I normally wouldn't read. But let me know in the comments below, what did you think of the Exoswords event? Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please go check out my Kickstarter for Like Father, Like Daughter if you guys can. It's about a high school girl. Father left her become a full-time superhero. Everyone in the world loves him except for her. And then she inherits his abilities. Definitely go check out my Twitter and Facebook. And every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time is Comic Book Weekly, where we discuss our favorite comics and comic book news. Thanks, guys. Bye.